Ain't nothing but a hound dog. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. You ain't nothing but... Hi there! Welcome to the Mr. Ugly Show. I am your host, Mr. Ugly.
It's the Mr. Ugly Show, starring Mr. Ugly and the Human. Yes, got it!
I and my trusty helper, the Human, will be showing off different cool stuff the Human has collected, and will be telling you if it was worth collecting in the first place. Hi, everybody. If it's something relatively recent, we'll also tell you where you can get your own. So, Human, what do you have in store for us today? We've all seen Spider-Man in his black suit. And we all know that that is a living symbiote which becomes Venom. But do you know when it was first revealed to be a living creature and not just a cool suit that Peter Parker had picked up on Battleworld? Well, it was November 1984 in issue 258 of The Amazing Spider-Man. You know, you folks can't see this right now, but he looks really pleased with himself. All right then, so does that mean we're going to be looking at some cool Spider-Man toys today? No, not really. I was rummaging through the attic looking for my black suit Spider-Man toys when I found some old Transformers. And I was reminded of issue number 3 of the Transformers comic, where Black Suit Spider-Man teams up with the Autobots to rescue a kidnapped Sparkplug Witwicky from the Decepticons. Okay. Black Suit Spider-Man rode on the Transformer Hound to sneak into a military facility in that issue. I remember distinctly because Spider-Man's entire disguise was just putting a stolen helmet on over his black suit. I am endlessly fascinated and frightened by how your diseased little mind works. Alrighty? Well, let's see. To the untrained eye, some of these bots are not like the others. Right, so here we have 2 editions of the live-action movie versions of Hound. One is from Age of Extinction, the other from The Last Knight. We also have a third-party G1 version of Hound here, as well as Siege Hound from the War for Cybertron trilogy. Well, why don't we begin at the beginning here? What would eventually become the Transformers started out as several different lines of transforming toys from different companies in Japan. The good folks at Hasbro brought these back from a toy show, and with the help of Marvel's comics, created a cohesive singular toy line for the US market called the Transformers. If you want more detailed information on the Transformers, may we humbly suggest Mr. Chris McFeely's excellent Transformers The Basics series right here on YouTube. He covers everything from specific bots' origins to general history and mythos of the Transformers. Netflix also has a wonderful documentary series called The Toys That Made Us. They do a wonderful episode on the Transformers. Alright, so the long and short of it is that Hasbro decided on a triple-pronged approach: cartoons, toys, and comics. But Marvel Comics wasn't sure that the Transformers was going to be a hit book all on its own, so they decided to do a 4-issue miniseries and tie in one of their most popular characters, Spider-Man. Yeah, Generation 1 or G1 Hound is like one of those retired samurai, totally into taking his time, traveling the land, enjoying nature, and exploring the world that he was once too busy with war to appreciate. This original version of Hound eventually expresses a desire to be human. And that little guy over there represents G1 Hound? Yeah, so this is MS13 Detective from Mechanic Studio. It's meant to represent the G1 cartoon look of Hound. Let's take him into bot mode. So here we see Detective all transformed up and armed with his shoulder-mounted missiles, and he's holding his hologram pistol. That's right, his main weapon is a pistol that shoots holograms. It enables him to disguise himself as other bots, to make other bots and objects appear, and to be able to disguise other bots and objects. He is cartoon accurate as far as I'm concerned when it comes to his appearance. And he also comes with a sniper rifle. I like this little guy quite a bit. Let's take a look at the movie bots. Right, so here we have Age of Extinction Hound. This is from the Bayverse. This version of Hound was more of a rough and tumble grizzled soldier, armed to the teeth with a shoot first, ask questions later attitude. He transforms into an Oshkosh Defense FMTV truck. The toys, weapons, and accessories can be attached to the truck mode to become more vehicle detail, although honestly it just looks like you slapped a bunch of guns on the side of the truck. That is one beefy looking truck. Let's see the beefy bot hiding inside. Alright, so his character is voiced by John Goodman in the movie. He's got a beard and a cigar. I mean, don't get me started on the character design for this guy. What does a sentient mechanical life form know about hair or tobacco or smoking or any of it? It just doesn't make any sense. Focus, Daniel-san, focus. Yeah, sorry. Alright, so tell me, if this is also the same guy from the movieverse, why does he look so different? So The Last Knight is a sequel to Age of Extinction, so they decided to change Hound's alt mode into a Mercedes Unimog. In the movie, the vehicle mode has a bed cover on the back, like a camper shell. The original toy is backless, with a mounted gun turret that does not appear in the movie. I bought a third-party add-on that gives the vehicle a back and some extra weapons and accessories. It's made by a company called Dr. Wu.
I should have known you'd be behind this fiendish Dr. Wu.
Folks, if you haven't seen Black Dynamite, you are doing yourselves a disservice. Alright, so despite your obvious misgivings about the character design and the movies in general, you still like this guy enough to buy him twice and buy a third-party aftermarket add-on? Well, yeah, but when you say it like that, it sounds crazy. So being a larger size class, this toy provides more detail. You can see his eyes are blue. They made his beard silver chrome like the character model in the movie. His helmet's removable. He's generally just got a lot more detail on him. Solid back instead of hollow. He's got some waist swivel that the previous one didn't have. His legs are really fiddly and his ankles are super weak. But other than that, he's a good looking figure. If you appreciate the design elements there. Like, why does a robot have pouches on his belt? What's that about? Alrighty then, pretty detailed. I like it. So what does this Dr. Wu add-on get us? So in the Dr. Wu kit, you get this little dog tag and a cigar that actually fits in his mouth if you jam it in there. You get the camper top that transforms into a Gatling gun. I'll show you that in a minute. You get a survival knife. Why a robot needs a survival knife, I don't know. You get a rifle that kind of resembles a little bit the G1 toy rifle. And you get some toes to replicate the feet from the movie. In order to attach the Dr. Wu shell to the back of the truck, you just pop off the stock gun turret, pop on the shell. The shell also transforms into his Gatling gun.
in town. Love starting the day off with a gunfight. Sorry I'm late. My invitation to this ass-kicking must have got lost in the mail.
Alrighty, and this last guy here, who is that? So this is Siege Hound from the War for Cybertron trilogy, Siege toy line, from the Netflix series. I ordered and applied Toy Hacks labels to him to make him resemble the original G1 toy a little bit more. There's not much to this Jeep mode, and I'm saying Jeep with air quotes. He looks more like a Humvee. This little roof piece is actually part of the Toy Hacks label set. The little 3D printed roof. It doesn't fit all that well on the figure, but you can also use it as shield in bot mode. Alright, time to transform! Okay, and now for my favorite part. Was it worth it? Detective over here was completely worth it. I picked him up for $30 and change from tf-direct.com. He is still available there if you want to get one of your own. If you like this character and you have other toys in this size class, I would highly recommend picking him up. He is a joy to transform. He's fun to play with. His color accuracy to the cartoon model and deco really strikes that nostalgia chord for me, as I grew up watching that cartoon. And he's just great. So go get one. As far as Age of Extinction Hound goes, the coloring's wrong. He was never that green in the movie. His beard, not black. The toy itself is okay. I got it for, I'm going to guess it was between $17 and $20 when it came out. You can find them now on auction sites and from private sellers, but the asking price is almost triple now what it was when it first came out. I would not recommend this one. If I had known that there was going to be another Transformers movie and another version of Hound from that movie, I would not have picked up Age of Extinction Hound. Last Knight Hound. So I like how accurate it is to the on-screen model, despite my issues with the character model from the movies. I do not like how the stock toy was missing the back of the vehicle from the movie, how when you transform him he doesn't have any toes like he does in the movie, and how he didn't come with his Gatling gun, which was his main weapon in the movie. So that's why I picked up the Dr. Wu kit, which was about $25 when I purchased it. And you can't get the Dr. Wu kit anymore. They don't make it anymore because the toy's old. But the Dr. Wu kit added everything it was missing. It added the back of the truck. It added the toes, tire toes, from the movie model, and the Gatling gun that he was missing. So altogether, great, but all in all, not my favorite version of Hound. And that brings us to Siege Hound. I actually really like this one. I've got to say, I like most of the stuff Hasbro and Takara Tomy are putting out in the Siege line and successive Earthrise lines. They feel like the chunky G1 cartoon models. I like that they resemble their original characters a bit more than more recent, or some other recent versions have. I don't like that he's not actually a Jeep. He's some kind of weird Humvee thing. I do think that he was completely worth the asking price, which is around $70, and you can actually get one now off Amazon.com, and if you're lucky, you'll still find him warming pegs at various retailers. Okay, well, that one seemed like a bit of a stretch thematically, but thank you folks for hanging in there with us. We're going to have more cool stuff for you from the Humans collection next time. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button down there, or maybe that subscribe button over there. Until next time, Autobots, transform and roll out!